Hi guys, it's Rachel here. It's taken me a minute to get going today. Yeah, had a bit of anxiety. It's just the situation, but you know, it's pretty normal. So yeah, I just thought, I don't know why I turned my camera on, because I'm surrounded by a mess, which means it's going to be some messy crafting. But anyway, I think I need to do something crafty and get my head in gear. And so let's work on this. So what I had here were these by Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I didn't know I've only printed them on regular copy paper, but I thought I might like one of these on the cover. I'm not sure. So let's just cut it out. And what I could do, make them a bit more robust. I really like these, Tina. Thank you so much for creating them. What I could do is put them on some paper. So let me have a look here. Got lots of bits of paper here that I can recycle. Just maybe, let me see, if I glue them on there, I would make it a bit stronger. Just trying to find my, oh, it's right in front of me. Here we go. Okay, so as I told you, I am in a big mess. I just finished a project that I had started before this crisis got worse, and I might have given you a little glimpse of it. I can't remember, and I just don't know whether I mean, I can go to the post office if I were to. There's some little mini Easter journals, so I could go to the post office and ship them. I don't know what to do, whether to show them or not. What does everybody think? I mean, the post office is literally around the corner from my house, and there's probably nobody there. So, yeah, so I probably can go to the post office. I just didn't want to have, like, going to the post office to be a regular thing. And I didn't want to accumulate lots of paid for orders and, you know, not be slow in packaging them up or something like that, and then all of a sudden they told me from one day to the next that it wasn't opening, if you know what I mean. Then that would cause me really a lot of anxiety. So that's why I removed my regular products from my shop. Yeah, I think that's going to be nice. But I also think up there, but I also think maybe these are great labels, Tina. Maybe we need a piece of, you know, bit of you know what I mean, you know, the fluffy stuff. What do we call it? Cheesecloth. Haven't used it for a while. Oh, I probably don't have any available here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This stuff. It's stuck. So that stuff. Oh, isn't that nice? That stuff. Isn't it nice when you re-see things that you've forgotten about? Okay, so rid of that page. Right. So if I were to, oh, look, there's a perfect piece. I think someone might have sent this to me. I could have that behind it. I think that would be nice. So it's become a very elaborate project. Oh, and thank you for all of your indication with the how to use the crocodile, because I've never used it before, as you could tell. And you gave me, I think I meant to hold it upside up, turn it around the other way. I think I understood. So next time I use it, if I remember, because you know, memory like a sieve, if I remember, I will try to, yeah, I'll do what you suggested. There we go. Trying to get my words out. So there we go. So that's going to go there. And then what's time to sort of have a little think about, before I go any further, I'm going to have a think about what pages do I want to include. So I think what I would like to do is sort of recycle a little bit, in the sense that I've got stuff here. I do have stuff in this box that is left over, or sort of I had pre-prepared, or pulled out thinking that it might go in a journal, or, you know, that sort of stuff. So we'll definitely pull those out, and we'll have all different pages, I think. Different colours, different sort of feel about them. The map we've got there, I don't know if we'll include that, but we'll pull it out. You never know. You never know. Don't want anything too big. I don't think I want any cows or anything like that. Oh, there's some plants. That could be interesting. Something like that. What else do we have here? What is that? Just want to make sure it's not like a illness or something like that. I'm not sending an illness. No, it's not. This is like natural phenomenons and stuff like that. Phenomenons. Oh, there's a flower. What else can we put in? It's from a children's book. Oh, here's a better map. There. And I have those beautiful pages. I love those. Well, let's pull one of those out. I never use them. I bought two because, as I said, if you really like it, buy two. And then I hoard it. I still hoard it, and I bought two. There's an embroidery thing. I think my sister gave me that. Don't know what it's doing there. I'll have to get that, remember and get that out of there, won't I? Got some straw paper here. And then I'll just put that one on the floor because I've got two. And I probably, you know what, I probably could. If I'm not careful, a whole lot of stuff is going to fall on my head. If I'm not careful, oh no, that's that. What I could do is probably eventually slowly empty out these containers, because see, I could even slip in some of that there that's left over. Oh, that's nice. Lots of, you know, pages I've had to take out because I put too many in always, and then they just go in this box thinking I'll use those. Oh, and this I've got in here because I wanted to tea dye that, but you know, that might be nice even in its current state. Cute little page. These are, see, all things I've taken out. Put in, take it out. Put it in, take it out. Ay, 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 ay. And then, what was I thinking? Who knows? Bit of Venice there. Oops. Oh, that's a nice colour. Depends how brittle it is. Okay. Right. So I'll put those back on the ground. Wouldn't it be good to get rid of those and sort all of those out? And then I've got another box here. I don't even know what's in it. I never even pull everything out to see what's there. This is all precious stuff. Oh, that's those. I've still got those. They're all those. I sold some of those. Those are those yummy programs. Oh, and these are special. Look, these are beautiful antique embroideries. I could scan some of those because they're really old. I think I could. And just use them in bits and pieces in, here we go. I could have a piece of this, or a couple of pieces, if I can. Let's take it out. I never use it because it's in there and I can't get to it. There's a piece of that. And then these are super old magazines. And that's something that I bought when I first started from a Russian person. I think I bought that from. And I never used those. I should use those. Oh, and then look at these wonderful ads and things. I need to start using this stuff, really. It just sits. I'm hoarding it. Hoarding it, hoarding it, hoarding it. Why? And they're old scrapbooking pages that I have. Anyway, they can stay in there until I remember them another day. Okay, so put that there. I'll put it on the floor. So we'll grab some of this because I like the type in that. And as I said previously, I don't know that I'll put any of the decorated pages in there. I was thinking it might be more plain inside with just a little bit of tucks and that sort of thing. So I think I better organise my space a bit. And I think I just got to gather up these pages because these are going to get in my way. They're all my collaging pages. So I think these kits work really well with the architecture kits too. That's just my opinion. And these can all, we can do embellishments with these. And they're the cards that Steph did and the tags. And I've got a few printouts because I printed it. Well, we had a few trials when we were doing it. And then, well, he was doing it and then I was checking. And so I printed them on 2 types of paper. Okay, so the glue book can go back over there, out of the way. Don't need any of that down in the box. Okay. Don't need that. Right. That way we gain a little bit of space here for tearing and measuring and eyeballing. Oh, here it is. I couldn't find it. So what do I need here? Sometimes I'll look at it and I think I'm better off tearing it that way. Because, yeah, I think I can get more. I can get 2 pages out of it. And I'll do one. I just need to, I'm eyeballing here. I'm leaving a little bit of, you know, like a little bit of space, like that sort of space. So I'm thinking I'm going to tear it here under that line of words. And then I'm going to actually tear that end off. I just want to see how much I want to come to. I want to come just, that's my crease there. I want to be a few mil, like a little bit in. So I do need, I'm just going to tear a little bit off. But I think I should put it on my mat and be a good girl and measure it. So I saw on, so last night you probably saw on the news, the government has taken further drastic measures, which are necessary, and they have even closed most of the commercial activities. So they've closed hairdressers, you know, shops, bars, restaurants, everything's shut now. There's nothing. So, gosh, you wouldn't want to be a traveller, would you? Who's been trapped here? You wouldn't be able to get dinner anywhere. Wouldn't that be a blow? Yeah, hopefully most people got out back to their own countries. So yeah, so that you can't get, yeah, all those businesses have closed. The post office, fruit shops, that sort of thing, supermarkets, but not supermarkets within shopping centres. They have to be freestanding supermarkets. They're allowed open, but the rest are all closed. And I'm going to put this in because this has got nice writing space here, but I need to eyeball my measuring here. Yeah, so they're all closed. So pretty much everything is closed. And apparently we can get a fine if we go for a walk with too many people. Like if Lulu and Steph and I were to go for a walk, we might get into trouble and get fined. Steffi seems to think we can go out for a walk. I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, I mean, you won't come across anybody. You're not infecting anybody going for a walk. Unless you were in a huge group, like, you know, like if I were to ring up my friend and say, and their kids and say, oh, let's all go out for a walk. That's a no-no. That's a big no-no. So, yep, so that's the state of things at the moment. And so then I was thinking my shop around the corner will be shut because they're not a food shop. But I saw on Facebook that they said that they have been deemed as, 1864, see? They have been deemed as a necessary store, and they are a necessary store because you can get every single thing there. You can get everything in there. You can get crafty stuff, but you can also, and that's only a small part of what they have. You can also get, I've got verbal diarrhea. It's just going a mile a minute. I can't catch my breath. Excuse my expression. That just flew out of my mouth. It's one of my favourite expressions when someone talks too much. Sorry about that. If anybody's offended, I apologise. It just flew out. I've really got quite a lot of brain fog today. I was telling my sister that I was had woken up with a heavy head with all the different things going on. Anyway, yeah, so they've been deemed as a necessary store because that's a hardware store. You can get, you know, light bulbs and toilet paper. Aussies, you can get toilet paper at the shop around the corner from my house if you need it. I mean, honestly, someone tell me what is with the toilet paper. I mean, it's caught on around the world, I know that. But you can buy it on Amazon. If you can't get it in your supermarket, you can buy it on Amazon. Although my sister said in Australia it's exorbitantly expensive. not so much. It's not so bad here. And then I thought I'd put one of these in. This is quite, now I wonder, will I put it in? I might put it in this way. So that way I don't fold the images. Yep, so what was I telling you? Oh, yeah, so the shop around the corner is apparently open, but they said on their Facebook page, they said you won't be allowed in unless you're wearing a mask. Well, sorry, guys, haven't been able to get a mask. Not that I've tried, but I heard you couldn't get a mask unless you pay a fortune for one. Yeah, so you won't be let in without a mask. And it's still one person at a time, but they very kindly wrote, if you don't have a mask, don't worry, just come with a list and we'll do the shopping for you, and then you pay us standing outside the shop. So that's organised, isn't it? And I think I'll put the other one. Oh, isn't that a great image? Well, no, maybe I should, that one could be folded that way, but then it's very narrow, isn't it? I could fold it like that. I could fold it like that. Why don't I fold it like that? Sometimes I like little short bits just for a change. And then if I put this on here, that's my measuring. See, this is my template. Yep, so that's that. And then what else did I want to tell you? Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell you. So, you know, our circulation is limited. And so you have to have like this. You have to certify. And you have to do an auto sort of self-declaration sort of thing. You know, where you're going, what are you doing, why are you doing that sort of thing. And so I saw in the local newspaper, like, you know, just on Facebook, it was their official page, someone had shared an article that, I've already told Sarah this, it's pretty funny, the police, the municipal police, the police, you know, the road police, they stopped these two ladies that were in a car, and they were near us, not far from us, and they said to them, where are you going? They said, oh, we're going down to Rimini to have a coffee. And they said, well, no, you're not, because you're not allowed to go down to Rimini to have a coffee, because the law states that you are only allowed to move around, especially in your car, if you have an important doctor's appointment, or you're going to work, or you have a medical emergency. Somehow having a coffee in Rimini is not important. So you are fined, and they fined them, and then they gave them a road fine as well because they did something else driving. So I thought that was really funny. Silly ladies going down to Rimini to have a coffee. What were they thinking? What did they think the police were going to do? Congratulate them? So, yep, that was a bit of entertainment in my day. I'm entertained by very simple things. I did find that hilariously funny. I couldn't stop laughing when I read that. Crazy people. You're told to stay at home. So what do? Go get in the car and go down to town and have a coffee. Right where you're not supposed to. Anyway, they can't do that today. Everything's shut. So there's no temptation. They've removed all temptation. All of it. I'm wondering if I might become a bit more loony by the end of all of this. Maybe. I was saying to my mother-in-law, because her husband, my father-in-law, he's one of those people, he never stays at home. He's always, ever since I've known him, all these years, 26 years, after lunch, he always goes out. He goes down to the bar to see his friends. He goes to the gym, and he does not like staying at home. And this, for him, is pure torture, the poor man. And my mother-in-law literally had to threaten him because he didn't want to stop going out. And she said, you're going to be the death of me because you keep going out, and I'm going to get it because of you. And I'm being good staying in, and you're going out. So she got him to stop going out. And I said to her, oh, the virus is not going to get you two. You're going to get each other. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be victims of the virus because you're going to be furious with each other. They're so funny, those two. So who knows? And she was laughing. So then she sent me a video of this mother and the kids. She's trying to work from home, and the kids are driving her bananas. And then I don't know, the ambulance comes because she's done something drastic because the kids are driving her bananas, and they said here's the next victim of the virus. I thought that was entertaining too. I'm entertained by really ridiculous things, I must say. But you know, you need a bit of entertainment. You see, I've had a bit of a anxiety filled morning. Not for any reason. I haven't got anything. Nope, I just woke up feeling anxious. That's all. It's just that anxiety, nasty little bit of anxiety that wakes up, and when you wake up, it's in your head, in your body. You sort of just feel anxious and have no reason why. I do think it's just the build up. It's just the ever increasing numbers of people and all that sort of stuff, and not being able to have a break from it. You don't get a break from it. So anyway, I guess it'll sort itself out eventually. We just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. Right. I should be able to get so much done, shouldn't I? But I spend half my mornings explaining things to people, like talking to my sister or talking to my mum, and then some of my friends wanted asking me things, and then by the end of it, and then my mother-in-law calls me because she can't go out anywhere, and so she wants to have a bit of a chin wag, and so then that happens, and oh my goodness, time just flies. And I know Lulu's shocked too, because Lulu's done she's almost nearly 4. It is. I normally do my videos earlier than, sometimes I'm late, you know that, but Lulu's been doing she had did you have 2 hours of lessons today? So 2 hours of online lessons, which is it's actually really good, because it's getting I think the kids were getting a little bit like Lulu's been pretty busy doing. She did all of her collages and everything. I'm glad everybody's enjoying those, by the way. Thank you so much. When my mother-in-law when this is over, we'll be able to take the money to Lulu's account, because my mother-in-law set it up for her. So she'll have some nice savings in there. So she's very pleased about that. So thank you, everyone. And anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the kids. Yeah, the kids need a bit of a distraction, I think. Some of the kids, especially, not so much Lulu, because she's got plenty that she likes doing here. But some of them can't cope not going out. So it's good for them to be, back doing lessons. They even have to study, and they have to start studying, and they're going to be having, tests and stuff like that. So I think that's really a positive thing. And so she spent most of the morning doing school stuff, which is great. And it's encouraging, because I was thinking, if they close the schools, like, we have no idea when they'll open again. I mean, they just temporarily said until the 3rd of April. However, I have a feeling we're not going to hit the peak of our infections until not much before that. So I sincerely doubt that they'll be letting us out and about before then. I really do, if we're realistic. Anyway, I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But so yeah, so she's been busy, and then she did I'm just getting some. So I might do some tea. Why don't I do? That's a good thing I can do too in these days. I could do some more coffee dyeing, couldn't I? Let me just see if I fold that way. That's about right, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? So yeah, so then she had a video conference chat with her friends. So I think that's a great idea. I mean, that we didn't have that technology when we were little. We had the telephone, and I used to get into trouble for talking on the phone too much. So so that's a lucky thing that they can have video chats. What were you doing in the video chat, Lulu? Yeah, what were you doing in the video chat?
I was straightening my hair.
She was straightening her hair, and I don't know what her friends were doing.
Sophie was doing painting homework.
Oh, painting homework. Have you done it?
Well, she was doing the drawing that I had already done.
Oh, okay. What are you doing now? Oh, you're not doing your homework. Don't forget about your homework. Woo! Gonna get myself into trouble. Pushing my luck. Don't push your luck, Mum. So this one, I think I might just tear it like this, if I can. I don't know if I can hold it. Yes, I can. I can. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. I should tea dye that too. I forget about things. Got that, but I might cut those out. So let's fold this. Yes, so that is the status. I hope everybody else is well and taking your precautions. And, you know, the governments can do so much, and then the rest depends on the people to do their bit. Don't know whether I'll keep that or not. That could be quite nice tea dyed though. Okay, so now let's have a look at our book. I just stuck that in there just for good measure. So we need to, I'm wondering if I might have a couple of, I'm just sort of slipping my pages into each other. See what I might like. Oh, might have too many pages. And then if I don't have too many pages, I can, what do I want to say? Stitch them in. You know, machine stitch. That's what I want to say. I put that one. No, I don't want that one at the front. I don't want it there either. I think I'll put this medieval mirage paper here. Good way to use up those bits and pieces flying around. Thinking about that one. Put this one in. Oh, I think I've got too many pages. Do I need all these pages? Why don't we stagger these? I saw Wendy do that. I think I saw you do that, Wendy, one time. And then someone had once suggested it to me for another project, to sort of put them in like that. That's a nice cut. This is very brittle though, but it doesn't matter. You could rip it out and use it in collaging. And that's those nice pieces. So let's put this one in. Put in lots of pages in. That one in. These are good pages, these ones. Okay. Nice old pages here. Whoops, it's all stuck. So I'm just alternating, and I'm just sort of going by type and the colour. So that's about all I can say as how I'm choosing them, is type and colour. Now I think I'll put that one down here. Put that one. A lot of pages going to go in there. And then we'll see if it will fit. That one in there. And that one there. So I didn't put any decorated pages in, but I might have to see what happens. So when you put the pages in, because they, as you get more and more pages in there, they sort of move away from the center and they start to grow. So I might have to trim some of that off, trim some of those pages down. I quite often, when I cut my pages, this will be the measurement that I took when I folded it in half here. But then I might find the internal pages need to be cut slightly smaller because they stick out. And see, it's not going to shut. So I need to trim down all of my pages. So that's a blow. And I don't have my little trimmer here, but I do have my other black one. And so someone had mentioned to me that, of course, this is here. You're meant to, oh, I can move it. Mine was crooked, so I wasn't using it, but now I've just moved it. So now I can, if I get it more correct, see, it was crooked before, and so that's why I wasn't putting my pages right up there. It's got a bit of dust on it. But now that I've moved it, I didn't know I could move it. I thought it was glued on wrong. So I think I'll stand up for this job. I actually am going to trim down quite a few pages. So what I might do, I can do a couple at a time, but not all at a time, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to grab these first group and I'm going to give them a little trim. Well, I can put it up there now, can't I? Yep, that's good. So that's the center. And then I'll take the next group and they need a little trim. Take those, put them up there. Give that a trim. Hopefully I'm trimming enough, otherwise we'll have to do it all again. So if I put that in here, that's good. Let me just measure it here, because yep, that's going to be good. Even if it comes out a little bit, that'll be better. And then these are sticking out. These are all sticking out too much, but I've still got too many, so I'll have to cut these ones. Hopefully that's enough. Let's see. Oh, that's good. And then here I think I might be able to trim this one. I might. Just. Okay, so let's see how we're going now. I like this mix of papers, and these are all old pages, except for the couple that I printed and obviously the straw paper and that sort of thing. So let's see how we're going now. Nope, I still need to trim off a little bit more. Okay, well, I might start with the outside now, so then I can tell how much on the inside to take out. So yeah, always be take a little bit less off than what you actually wanted, what you think you might need, because if you take too much off, you can't put it back on. But if you take too little off, you can still always come back and take a bit more off, if you know what I mean. I hope I'm not confusing you. So this one, I'm going to take off this much and then I'll check it. There we go. So you can see how all the, making a journal, even sort of like a journal like this where it's just a whole lot of things put together, it does take a bit of time. It's not like it takes you 2 seconds. And then, of course, when you do something that's even more elaborate, I think this is going to be too thick, but I'll try my best just to speed things along. There we go. Right, so where's the center? Nope. Nope. Some of these old pages are quite thin and you can't find the center. Oh, that was the center there. So there we have it. Now let's see if this is going to work. Otherwise we'll have to trim off a bit more. So that's going to be stitched. No, that's good now, you see. And that is going to go over there. Like so. Good. So I'm actually going to, am I? No, I'm not. Just trying to think. I think I will. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to stitch it in now. Take that out, don't need that yet. Will I stitch it in now or will I decorate it? I think we'll glue the stuff in there. Didn't even make a dent in it. I'll keep that. I might cut some of those flowers out. You never know. And those can, oh no, well, that's not going to do that much, that one. And I'll put those back down there. Okay, I think I will, yes. I think I'm going to stitch my pages in. So, what I'm going to do is grab my sewing machine and I'm going to machine stitch it in. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can do the pamphlet stitch. Or, you have a think about this. No, I'm not going to do the elastic. You could do the elastic. I'm not going to do the elastic because I'm not organized to do the elastic, but you could do like the Midori type where you do the elastic and you slip the pages in. That could be fun though, couldn't it? But I don't have much. Do I need a spine? Do I need, yeah, I've got to put, if you're going to put an eyelet in there, then you need to have the spine. No, I'm going to stitch my pages in. That's what I'm going to do. So, get my pages like this. And now what I might do, just kind of eyeball where the center is, like that. And I'm actually going to clip them so they don't move about too much, hopefully. Like that. I'm not going to clip over there because when you clip over there, then they don't sort of sit in the center. Now, I don't know how my sewing machine, there's a lot of pages here. I'm not even going to stitch right from the beginning. I'm going to have a big stitch. I'm just going to stitch a little bit down the center. I'm going to go slowly. I might do a little back stitch. Okay, done. See, it went through all of those pages. You good old workhorse of a sewing machine. Good on you. Thank you. Off you go, have a rest. There we go. See, stitched it. Done. It's a done business, done deal. How quick was that? Remember, this is like a quick little project, so we don't want to take too long doing that sort of stuff. That's my excuse anyway. I like my book. Trim that off. Nice big holes there. Big stitches. You don't want little stitches because that will just perforate it, and then get the pages folded, and then you can just tear them out. Well, you can probably tear them out as it is anyway, but now let's just jiggy it about so it sort of sits, and that's going to be like that. We can even, because this is you know, it's paper, so you can just mold it any way that you want. There's my stitches down the center there, and that's going to be the little journal. So now we get to the fun part where we can add bits and pieces. So I need to make a tag for here. So what I'm going to do is grab one of my glue book pages, and I'm just going to have a look here. I remember I've got stitching and glue there, so a little bit more than half. And I'm totally inspired by Sharon for this. Sharon Hearth. Hearth, is that how you say your name? Well, that's how I would say it. Hoeth? Maybe a Hearth? I don't know. And then I'm going to do the height. And she does lovely long tags. I really love them. Long, narrow tags. I think they're super fun. So that's going to slip in there. So how are we going to decorate that? What are we going to do? That is the million-dollar question. Now, what can be nice is some of these pages. One of the ones, something like that, like here. These pages here in this book, I don't know if you can see, am I online? On screen, I'm going to say I'm not online, I'm on screen. I bought my glue because now the shops are not opening. I got my glue on Amazon. Bought 6, that's coming on Saturday. That's all I've got until Saturday, guys. Will I make it? So these pages here, the ones that have these, I mean, sometimes I like these sorts of spindly sort of flowers here. But sometimes I'm not going to go and fussy cut all of those little wispy things. I like these big chunky flowers to cut up. So these sorts of pages I think are very nice to use to make envelopes and tags and journaling cards, or use as a base, this sort of page out of this book. So yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just going to choose a spot like here or there or up there or there, and I'm just going to glue it on and then trim it off. That's what I'm going to do. See what happens. That's right. I think I'll just randomly stick it down and see what happens. How about that? What would I do without these cards that I was sent? Thank you, ladies. Love them. Okay. So as I mentioned, obviously this is, I can't help myself. It's going to be a 3-part. How pretty is that? It's going to be stitched around. We'll stitch around it. I think we'll make it a tag shape. Why not? I should use these scissors. Like that. You could use your corner punch and do like the rounded corners if you wanted to. And so I need to stitch around that. I don't think I need, oh, I know what I could use maybe if I like it is, if I can find them, just a second. They're just near somewhere. They're near somewhere. How does that help? Oh, not there. They are Tina's numbers. Where have I put them? They're not here. I wonder where I put them. I might have put them in my box. I've got my box of stuff here. I might need a butterfly. Be nice to the butterflies. Oh, I've got Tracy's. I'll have to use Tracy's because I don't know where I put Tina's. Where did I put Tina's? Oh, here they are. This is what I liked. This is what I was thinking I might like to use. These. Tina, these are wonderful. These are also from Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I didn't even know you had them, Tina. I'm so behind and so distracted by everything. I didn't know that you had these fabulous numbers. And Gail enabled me. It's all Gail's fault. Thank you, Gail. I'm not complaining because I really like them. But I hadn't seen them until I watched Gail the other day. And I'm behind in my Gail videos, but I think I jumped ahead one for some reason. Oh, because Gail was using Lulu's kit, and I was so curious to see what she did with Lulu's kit. I think I might just stick that down there. Oh, no, maybe I'll put it there. So then you can see it. Well, you would be able to see it anyway. And I'm going to put some lace at the top, I think. I think we need a bit of lace. Actually, I didn't even check whether this tag will look nice in there, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We like a bit of botanical. So yes, I saw these on, Gail was using them. I actually went and bought a few other kits too, so I'll have to share those. I can't remember where I bought them from, but I will share those. So we'll put that there, and we need to choose, I want one of these, not too thick, like, isn't that pretty? I like that. I just snip a bit. Maybe I'll snip it like that. I just fold it and put it up there. You could put a hole and then have a hole, but I'm not going to have a hole. Actually, I should check that this fits. Oh yeah, I'm going to like that. Pretty good. Oh wait, I didn't back it. Just a minute. Hold your horses. We've got to back it. Now where are my... Yep, that'll do. Scatterbrain today. I'd have the grungy side. Oh, just works, I think. Just. I don't know how long I've been talking for. Got no idea what time it is. Oh, we haven't thought about dinner tonight either. Lucky we've got some stuff. We're very lucky. We've got the little fruit shop next door. And the poor things, they're still open and looking like scared little mice, the poor things. But they do wear gloves. And then I might zigzag across the top just to hold down the lace better. And then I won't zigzag around it because it's very narrow and the zigzagging would almost fill up the whole back of it. I need a bigger stitch there for that, for the straight stitch. Oh, I put my lace on the wrong spot, doesn't matter. Yeah, we're very lucky the fruit shop next door is open. So very thankful for that, because I don't have to really go to the supermarket, and so that's good. Oh, look, I love that tag. I like a long, narrow tag. I hadn't done one so narrow like that before. So that's going in there. I've got to make something for in here. Now, we could put something there, could we? Do you think? Or not? So just trying to get to the kit. Here we go. Well, I've got that tag. That tag can go in there, but I feel like oh, do you know what I might put behind there? I'm going to put an old letter behind there, I think. I don't know if I've got any printed on. I might. Just bear with me a second. What's in here? If I've got. Yes, this is the one where I've got some old things printed out. Possibly, I might have used them. Something like that I would like, but printed on tea-dyed paper, I think. And I don't have any left because I've used them all, haven't I? I've used them all. So I need to do that. I won't be able to do that in this video. Let me just double check. No, all being used. Okay, all being used. Let's see if I've got any others in here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's on tea-dyed paper. That could be folded up as a little journaling spot. It's all too much fun. It really is all too much fun for me. I'm glad I got going into it. So what I'm going to do just quickly is I'm not going to tear right near, you know, the border of the page. I'm just going to tear it a little bit off just so it's all jagged. Like so. And then so I saw a funny post. Someone was on a craft. Someone had it on Facebook. Who I don't know who shared it. I can't remember. About what to stock up on, and they're stocking up on fabrics and glues and all that sort of thing. Not such a bad idea. One of my best friends in Sydney today, she said, do you need me to send any? She's got beautiful, she actually designed, she's very clever. She designed some beautiful Indian block print fabrics when she was living in Singapore. And I think she's got quite a lot of that sort of stuff. And she's like, would you like me to send you some fabrics? Do you need any fabrics? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Hides, I'm so full of fabrics. I don't need any fabrics. But very kind offer. Very kind offer. And I can guarantee you they'll be gorgeous, because she's a very clever girl. Okay, so that I'm thinking I might just slide in the back here behind my tag. I like that. It's a little bit too tall, so I need to trim it down a bit more. Excuse me. Let me check what time it is. That will get, oh, I think I've probably been an hour. It doesn't matter. I mean, this project can go on forever. It can go on for as long as we want. Because I'm not gonna fill it up with, you know, a million pockets or anything like that. It's meant to be more simple project. But I will put a little bit of things, but we'll glue them in. Just pretend like we have used the sewing machine, I know, but we'll pretend like we didn't have one. It's just getting caught there. You just get down there. Thank you very much. There we go. So that's going to go in there. I like that. I do. There we go. That's going to go there. And then this is going to close. I've got to always remember. I'm used to closing it the other way, but I like that there. I'm going to put something there. And then there. Okay. So that's the next step. We've done the next step. And where's my folder? Let's just check it fits. I don't want to fill it with too much stuff, and it does. Oh, isn't that going to be, how cool is that? Now, how excited would you be if you received something like that? I would be. That's really, really nice. I like that. Now, someone asked me, this is not a die cut. This is from the Graphics Fairy, this shape. The one that I used was from the Graphics Fairy. I think I've still got it here somewhere. Here it is. I hope I don't tear it. It's under some books. Just a sec. This was from the Graphics Fairy. I just printed it out and then I traced it onto the scrapbooking paper and then cut it out. And as you can see, that's a bit wider because I wanted it a bit wider. So that's just I don't know if you can get I think you probably can get one of those from the free website. And then you just trace it on. It wasn't actually a die cut. Although I do my fancy dies, my Sizzix fancy dies, they're called. You get a similar, you wouldn't get it that exactly, but it's similar. If you want to just wait a second, I'll show you them. You've seen them all before, but I'll just remind you which ones I'm talking about. I'll show you them. I don't know if you can, I know you fell over, you don't know what stuff is on my floor. These here, they would give you you could easily do that on a piece of scrapbooking paper. And there's all different sizes in there. I've got all other ones in there as well because I like this pouch. But these are called, that's the serial number there. And then fancy cards, they're called. Fancy cards. And you get both those. Really, really great pack. If you can't get those anymore, I'm sure they've got something similar now. So, yeah, you could easily use those. So that's cool. So we'll probably finish it in the next video. Really like that idea. So that's with Steffi's kit. So I'll do a little bit more with these. I think these are wonderful. I love them. We'll make a few tags, and we'll put a few pockets as well in here, but not too much. I'm not going to look how yummy that is. A lot of real stuff in there too. I really like that. Really, really, really like it. So it's all a bit of fun. I'm having too much fun. I like doing random stuff that just sort of wasn't planned. So there we go. So I'll let you go. I hope everybody is well and safe, and let's, you know, keep our fingers crossed things get sorted out in a timely fashion. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.